Hi, Johnny Hill here to tell you about a new product introduction from Clearfield. You know, as fiber is pushed farther and farther to the end user, the needs for small count landed fiber solutions can be offered with the Clearview cassette and the fiber management elements that it populates into, but a lot of times this can be overkill as the landed need for this kind of application and environment is often 6 ports or less, as opposed to the modular building block of the 12 ports that the cassette provides. These applications include business class services, cell backhaul, cable TV node segmentation, fiber exhaust, and even fiber to the desktop in an enterprise environment. 6 ports or less in a compact package can present its own set of challenges, as these application environments are often absent of things like network racks or where traditional wall boxes are just simply too large. The need to land fiber where the customer wants it, when he wants it, requires a flexible, cost-effective product that is easy to work with and is rapidly installed. Clearfield has introduced the Clearview xPAK, a 4x5 compact and portable fiber management device that meets all the rules of fiber management and addresses small count landed fiber applications for all environments. The xPAK comes to you flat packed, unassembled, but contains everything necessary to support 2 to 6 ports of landed, terminated fiber with multiple mounting options to support a variety of environments at the end of the fiber delivery point run. And all at a consumable price. That's almost consumable. The xPAK, it's kind of like zip ties. It's a real bummer when you don't have them, but on the other hand, you lose a couple and it's no big deal. I think you get the picture. Let's walk through it. Clearview xPAK comes individually packaged and contains everything necessary to support the install. The xPAK housing is all one piece with application-specific components that you use or simply dispose of. It's kind of like the model cars or the model planes you built as a kid, where all the parts necessary to build that model were within the mold. The splicing chamber is molded into the product, and you have the choice of xPAK specific adapter plate here or an LGX faceplate, which we'll get to. Adapter blanks are included to close up unused adapter plate ports or to close up the rear of the cassette. Separate components necessary to complete the job include 2, 4, or 6 factory terminated 900 micron assemblies and adapters, splice sleeve, strain relief boots, grommet tape, slack storage rings, and Velcro for landed options that don't require a fixed mount. So for patch and splice applications, the technician is going to start with his flat xPAK. He's got lots of room to work with because it is flat, and he's going to start by prepping his cable and bringing in that buffer tube. He'll choose which side of the cassette that he wants to come into, bring his buffer tube through the strain relief boot. We give a couple tie-off locations on the xPAK. He's going to access his 250. He's going to splice to his 900 micron assemblies that he'll take the adapter and place into one of the 2 adapter plates and interconnect those there. He'll perform that splice. Splice sleeves are included, and that goes into a 2x3 design. This is a splice tray design that is very familiar to splicers in the industry. At that point, he's done and he's ready to assemble his cassette. And so he'll choose the adapter plate that he has or wants, and this just simply folds up into a 4x5 very compact design that looks like this, where the 250 has been properly managed, the 900 micron is properly managed, we have good physical fiber protection, and bend radius protection throughout the device. This now is ready to be mounted in a variety of locations. xPAK also supports optical component integration for mux-demux scenarios. Anything up to a 6-port device, including the common port, can be used, or up to 12 ports when using LC adapters. Multiple devices can be incorporated into the xPAK, limited to the maximum number of input-output ports as dictated by the adapter style. So here we have a 3-port device, let's call it a 1310-1550 WDM, that has been loaded into the splice sleeve chamber of the cassette. The top cover is, this top cover is physically protecting that device. The common wavelength 1, wavelength 2 tails have been routed up, interconnected into the adapter plate. In this case, we've chose the LGX, and this device now closes up, snaps together. We've got our blanks in the unused ports and in the rear, and this is ready to go. Plug and play configurations are also available and can be used for that ultimate in a cross connect kind of scenario. So in this device we have a multi-fiber MTP MPO adapter that has been loaded into the rear of the xPAK. A pre-terminated assembly, in this case 12 LCs, 12 discrete LC circuits, all terminate into one multi-fiber connector. And so now we have the ability to place 2 of these in our network, 2 of them, and interconnect them with a 12-fiber MTP MPO patch cord for the ultimate in plug and play, cross connect, or rapid turn up scenarios. So all of this application flexibility into the same package. Let's say we have a LGX existing chassis on our network frame in the central office or head end. By choosing the LGX specific adapter plate and loading it with whatever we want, patch and splice, optical components, MTPs, we can now go to our existing LGX chassis, insert that in, and we're ready to go. So you can use legacy chassis, where you have unused space. The xPAK will integrate into that as well. The mounting options for the xPAK are many. We have through holes here through the body of the cassette that will allow you to mount this directly onto wallboard in an IT closet. If you have a particular wall box that you've been using for years and you're particularly fond of, the cassette will mount into an option like that. Maybe you use the Velcro option, maybe you screw the body of that cassette directly into your wall box. xPAK is the perfect solution to use when you are in an access network where splice drops are being used. Here we've got a 6-port xPAK loaded into a 6-inch industry standard pedestal. Your outside plant cable would come into the ped, access the buffer tube, slack store, splice into the cassette, and now we have up to 6 drops that we can handle out of this access point. You won't see more than 6 drops typically handled out of an access point, and that's why the size and the port count of the xPAK is perfect for this kind of scenario. Whatever the scenario or application need, at the end of the fiber delivery point, Clearfield with xPAK has the product to meet your unique or standard requirements. Please contact your Clearfield representative for more information on xPAK. Small count landed fiber that is fast, intuitive, and consumable.